It's a flashback to nearly 30 years ago. Warren Central with a deep run in the tournament with a quarterback named Jeff George helping lead the way. Any day is all in the family then at Warren, as both Georges agreed to look ahead and look back. Dad knew a day like this might be coming.
It's really special. It was special back in 4th grade when he first started playing football and I was the coach. And we threw the ball 40, 50 times a game in Little League, and I knew back then he was going to be pretty good. So, but to see what he's doing now and what their team is doing, the success they're having, it's by far better than anything that I've ever been through as a player and as a father.
Of course, Jeff Sr. helped lead a team that started it all at Warren. The year was 1984 as the Warriors beat Hobart 28-8 for the 4A championship. George with the finals record 3 touchdown passes to Lance Scheib.
This is the best feeling of my life. We came to the game yesterday, and I was just sitting up there, I was dreaming about being out here and this victory, and it finally came true.
The Warriors followed that in 1985 with a 41-7 win over Valparaiso, which George threw the ball a then record 46 times.
Coming back when you're a senior and winning it when you're a senior 2 times in a row is the best feeling anybody can ever have.
Still one of the more remarkable 2-year runs in state history.
We were pretty good, but the teams that he has to go against now, they're
better?
They're a lot better than
Really?
the teams that we went against.
Could you hang? You think?
Well, I think
maybe I should ask you, could he hang? I don't know.
I don't know. We were dominant, and we had just a great group of guys when I was in school. And his team this year reminds me a lot of the teams that I played with.
Jeff Jr. armed and ready to make his own mark, doing his work during the week so he can shine on the weekend. It's a George family tradition.
How much has your dad helped your career, though?
Oh, I mean, it's all the time. It's like, yeah. Every time we're watching football, we're watching games, it's always quizzing me on this. What's the defense doing here? What would you run? What would be good?
You can't just watch the game. Is that
no, I can never watch the game at all. Whether we go to games or watching it on TV, he's always quizzing me on something, and I think that's actually made me a lot better player.
I would think, because after a while, that's got to come into play. Especially when you're out here in the middle of the game.
He says he's learned a lot from me, but he's getting older and he's starting to pass me up. So he can already throw the ball farther than me now. So it's time for him to start his own legacy.
Is there a point where you're learning from him now?
I really do. And I don't just say that.
Yeah.
When I watch him out on the field, I'll say, what are you making that read for? Why are you making that throw? And then touchdown.
And off in the backfield again. No faking. Here's the pass on the near side into the end zone from 4 yards out.
And George has thrown for his fair share of touchdowns, 18 and counting, to go with his over 1,600 passing yards. The Warrior run game has been a constant, as has Warren's improving defense, and all committed to new head coach Jason West, who, of course, won it all coaching Lawrence Central just a year ago.
Guys, over-exaggerate everything. Don't pull something you don't need to pull.
At this school, I mean, there's a history of state champions, and anything short of that is considered failure.
It just doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
You put in the hard work. But the thing that's so special about these guys in this season is, you have a new coach who's been there that won it last year, and you have just a bunch of kids that are hungry.
And George wouldn't miss a second of it, sitting in the stands watching his son play in the same stadium that he did. The site of his then career passing record 8,100 yards with a single season passing record of 3,300. The name George is big, but he makes sure the shadow he casts isn't.
Let me ask you about the relationship. How much of it is dad? How much of it is coach in a way? How much of it is quarterback?
For me, it's dad.
Yeah.
It's dad, number one. He knows that. Whenever he has questions or he knows he can come to me, and I hope I'll give him the right answer. And I'm just blessed to be able to do that. He's just an awesome son, and I wish every parent could go through this.
You catch that? You're an awesome son. We've got it on video. I mean, if you need copies of this, we're good to go. So it's always been dad.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the car ride home is really the coach, quarterback. Yeah, but then once we get home, everything just do your homework and what'd you have for lunch and all that. So
At the risk of a corny question, how much of you do you see in him?
I see so much of him in me, you know, from just he has so many mannerisms that just remind me of myself. Just watching him walk, watching the way he wears his helmet, the way he jogs out of the huddle, the way he throws.
It does lead to the question of what's next for Jeff Jr. He has a scholarship offer to further follow his dad's legacy at Illinois. And then, of course, there may be options in the NFL, where Jeff Sr. played for several teams, including being drafted by the Colts, and stops with the Bears, Falcons, Raiders, Vikings, Redskins, and Seahawks. By the way, the fact that Jeff Jr. also wears number 3 could be a sign of things to come.
College football, though, you'd like to look at that, and who knows after that.
You know, if you prepare and if that's your ultimate goal, you know, that's, you know, a long time ahead. Like he said, you know, you worry about one game, you worry about today.
But you've been very upfront with him, say, hey, just look, have fun. Enjoy this ride.
Nothing can replace your high school days, and for me that was the most joy that I've had in probably in my career. So I just want him to experience the same thing.
Make Dad proud, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank
awesome.
you.